Can we start?
We're just gonna freestyle. Yeah, it's recording right now.
Oh, wowza.
Alright, it's on you, Zach.
Welcome to Inside the Paint, a roundtable discussion where sports reporters dive deep into the Ironmen boys and girls basketball seasons. I'm Zach Knox-Doyle, and as we head into the heart of the season, breaking all things down with me today are BJ Dumas, Green and Ben Kerber. We're your courtside pass to all things Ironman basketball. Ben, how about you give me a quick recap of the boys' season so far?
All right, so the boys right now, they're 7-1. They caught their first loss this weekend, and before this game, they were number one in the AP poll until they met Thornton, and this is a very close game that they played against Thornton. Some highlight moments, Jaheim absolutely postered the number one player in the state, Rez Johnson. That was freaking crazy, man. And then, now they're number 8 in the state. And, Jaheim Weber's having a breakout season. Braylon Roman's going crazy. Noah Cleveland's going crazy. Although they caught a loss this weekend, it's been fun to watch so far.
Yeah, well, actually, we haven't had the AP poll yet since the game. But according to Sloach, they said that we were like number 8 or number 9. But Sloach kind of hates on us anyways. But Jaheim's 8th in the state still, and I think he showed out on Saturday. Bella, you want to give me a quick recap of the girls?
Yeah, so we stand at 11-1 now. On our most recent AP poll, we were number 8. And then, our lone loss came to Fallon, where it was close and competitive, but still, we fell short. Olivia Corson has been amazing this season. She's got her 1,000 points. She's dropped 32 in a game that we covered. She's been phenomenal.
So, let's start with that with the girls. How have the standout players contributed to the team's success so far, and who's been making the most waves, and maybe quietly too?
Well, loud waves, definitely Olivia. She's averaging 17 points per game, and that's probably gone up since the Edwardsville game. But yeah, she dropped 32, her career high. Just got 1,000 points against Pekin. That's ridiculous.
In one game.
No,
A
wait,
thousand
no,
points?
not 1,000 points in one game. But she reached her all-time 1,000 points for Norwood Community against Pekin. And as for someone who's making some waves a little bit quietly, I think Amia definitely deserves a shout-out. She is coming into the first time starting spot at point guard after Sydney has gone down with a season-ending ACL tear.
Oh, it's season ending?
Yeah, she's out for the rest of the season.
Oh.
It's the other ACL, too, because she tore her other ACL.
Has that made a big impact, or how's Amia doing with it?
Honestly, if it's made a big impact, I wouldn't be able to tell because they were still 11-1, and I didn't catch any of Sydney's games before that. But I'm sure it's definitely made an impact in the locker room with Sydney being gone. But Amia has really stepped up into that starting point guard spot, being able to take Olivia's spot and just really show out.
Yeah, I think the most significant thing would be Sydney Jansen would play the 5 when she was on the court, and Allie Rustmeyer now having to play the 5 adds a little bit of a different dynamic. But still, 11-1 kind of speaks for itself.
Are you thinking it's maybe more positive, kind of getting a better dynamic, or is it just different?
Allie Rustmeyer is kind of forced to play the paint more, which she can definitely dominate, but that lack of height that Sydney Jansen could improve, that definitely adds something.
Yeah. All right, Ben. So let's talk about what players have stood out to you so far for the boys.
So standout players, Braylon Roman, he's pretty cool. He's a good guy, He's pretty good. He's all right at basketball. And then,
I guess you could say
I think he's pretty composed offensively. He's been able to control the offense very well. The ball's been in his hands in pretty much all the significant moments this year, and I think he has good court vision, able to dish it to the right guys at the right times, controls the offense very well. Other players, Jaheim Weber, he's low-key going crazy. He's been getting doubled all year. It hasn't really mattered. He did a great job, I would say, against Merez in the Thornton game. He did pretty much what he was supposed to, and he added a few highlights in there. And then, other highlight players, Noah Cleveland's being sneaky buckets. Nico Newsom's he hasn't been a leading scorer thus far this year, but I think he's been a really good offensive impact on the way he drives and kicks out. He draws a lot of attention from the defense, and that gives open looks for other people.
Right. If I had to pick one, I think I would say Braylon Roman right now, just because of how he plays on both sides of the ball. Because he leads the team in steals, and he's top 3 in points as well. But honestly, I would say Noah Cleveland's impressed me a lot because I think Jaheim's getting these triple teams because other teams know they're watching out for Jaheim. He's number 8 in the state, everybody's looking out for him, and I think it's leading to Noah kind of being open. And that was one thing that I think they struggled with against Thornton because we only scored 37 points and no one could really get going. Nobody had double digits.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say another people to highlight, we talked about this team. They got a lot of tall people on it, like Noah Cleveland, Jaheim, Nico. We talked about them. So I think the guards are going to play a big role in this season. And some guards that I think have showed up, that stand out to me, probably like Marcus Russell, Trey Burdett. I think they've had big impacts this season. Trey on offense, I think he's a great passer. Really makes a smart pass, gets the open look. He really puts the Ironman in good opportunities to score. And then Marcus Russell, he's just got clamps on defense. He's good at denying the ball and just pressing up on guys.
Yeah, I could see Trey getting 5+ assists by his senior year, per game. He's insane.
100%.
So going back to the girls, what factors have fueled success on the court from the games you guys have watched, and what do you guys think they could do a little better?
Something they could do better. What could they do better? I think the game against Edwardsville, things were a little slow offensively. They were just missing a lot of easy buckets that they should have. A lot of fast break layups they missed, and I feel like that's something that can't happen, especially going down the stretch. Something that they've done well, though, is move the ball around. They move the ball around the arc very, very well, and they can do a good job of getting it to the open shooters. I would like to see Gianna shoot it a little bit more. I feel like
though she's already swinging it.
She's already going crazy from 3, but I think she only shot 2 threes last game, and that's kind of uncharacteristic. And she had those open shots too.
Why do you think she wasn't shooting them?
I don't know. I really don't know. I think a lot of our buckets weren't falling. Maybe there's a confidence thing. But she's a great shooter, so I think that's just she's gonna turn that around by the end of the season for sure.
Yo, you talked about Sydney Jansen obviously went out. You said she was the 5. She was the tallest player on the team, probably up there.
She's
maybe
up there,
tied with the tallest.
Yeah,
6'1".
with Marco and Allie.
Has Marco started getting more minutes?
She gets a decent amount of minutes. She's coming off the bench. Takes that 5 spot from Allie when she's sitting down. Yeah, she's getting more minutes. I think one thing coach said that she needs to work on is slowing down and using her size to her advantage, because really she could, if she wanted to, she really could bully a lot of people in the paint. But she chooses not to. I think she's listed at 6 foot. Same with Allie.
I think she might be a little taller actually.
Maybe. Honestly,
I would not trust those heights.
I don't
Olivia
either.
was saying they got to choose their own heights one time.
Yeah,
and
I think you do.
she's
You do get to choose your own heights, but yeah.
She might not be 5'11".
Yeah, I remember last year I was 6'4" and an eighth, and the coach was like, "Okay, you're 6'5". I was like, "Okay, all right."
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, but with you're taking out a 5 for a point guard, as how is the rebounding and that kind of stuff? How has that been affected on the team?
Okay, that's definitely something that's been affected, because in our first game we covered, who'd they play again? I don't remember, but in the first game we covered, I think it was Richwoods. Yeah, they got out rebounded bad.
We did?
Bad. Yeah.
For real?
And they were getting a lot of offensive boards. Richwoods was, and they were getting the putbacks, and that's what really kept them in the game. And I think if we just boxed out a little bit better, because I really think that's part of it too. Not just the fact that we're smaller, but the fact that we didn't box out as effectively as we should have. We would have done a little bit better on the boards, but I think Sydney being out, she probably would have averaged a considerable amount of rebounds compared to everybody else. So yeah, that's definitely something that's been affected since she's gone down.
That's kind of the opposite with the boys, because they're just so much bigger than everybody else. And even in Saturday's game, it wasn't even like they got out rebounded, because there really wasn't a lot of offensive boards on each side. And I'm still trying to figure out kind of what went wrong. Maybe turnovers. There was a lot of turnovers in those last 5 minutes, Ben.
Yeah, there's a lot of turnovers. I feel like both teams knew each other's strategies really pretty good. Community earlier in the game when Merez was still in the first quarter, if they would, the Thornton players would try to get it to him immediately. 3 community players would be in on him. They would leave the corners open, daring him to shoot. Thornton was putting immense pressure on Braylon Roman and the point guards at the top, trying to really not let. And they were kind of they were stepping off the 3-point shooters on the wings a little bit. and they were just trying to deny the paint and deny like players like Braylon or Nico to like start at the top and just like get going downhill because that's where they find a lot of success. And I know you wrote about your article. They got like not a lot of points in the paint in the whole game.
Yeah,
Like that.
well, the first half they only had 4, and it was all from Nico.
Yeah.
So Jaheim didn't score in the first half. So I think they did a great job of locking him up, and it kind of scares me for the Richwoods game because they got that Lathan Somerville guy, and I saw him in that last game that we kind of caught at the end, and he dropped like 27. He was just dominating. So I wonder, Jaheim did a decent job of covering, but
I think he did.
How do you think he's going to do against Lathan?
I think he did a really good job against Merez.
Lathan's got like 20, 30 pounds on the guy.
Yeah.
Not on Jaheim.
Oh, I was about to say.
Not on Jaheim. No. But on Morez.
Yeah, I think it'll be a pretty physical game. You know, I saw a lot of chirping coming from the Richwoods team, so it'll be interesting to see like who can keep their composure the best.
And their coach. Did you hear their coach?
No, what was their coach doing?
He was just screaming the whole time.
March.
The entire game.
Yeah, so I think that'll be a chippy game. That'll be an intense game. You know,
I think we're covering that one.
Yeah, that's gonna be hype. Didn't Thornton only beat Richwoods by 2, correct? Yeah, so
it's gonna be really close.
It'll be a close game. You know, I was talking to like Braylon, other players. He said that they didn't think they played very good.
They were missing a lot of shots.
Yeah, they didn't think they played very good. So I think they definitely have a chance. They definitely can beat Richwoods. It's just we'll see how these next few weeks progress.
Right.
Hey, I heard Connor didn't get in the game at all against Thornton.
He did not.
Do you know why that is? Or
no, well, he also didn't get in the game against what was it? Was it Manual? I'm trying to think. Wasn't it against
Bloomington?
Manual? He didn't get in either.
No, he played Emmanuel. I would say he did get a tag against Bloomington the night before.
Yeah.
So I would guess that has something to do with it.
Yeah, but I feel like with being down 6, he's probably the team's best shooter, 3-point shooter. So that is
something I was noticing in the game. But at the end of the day, you got a Hall of Fame coach. You gotta respect the decision when it counts.
That's facts.
Didn't turn out the way they wanted it to, but it was electrifying in the building, bro. When they started going on the run, they lobbed it to Noah.
Oh my gosh.
Jammed on him. Braylon got a 3. Jaheim he got the ball, took one dribble, and just postered Merez Johnson.
Bro, my jaw was actually dropped.
Yeah.
Like, it really was.
Nah, it was one of
I felt my face, and I was like, yo, my jaw is just
Nah, it was like
dropped.
one of the ones in the stands where, like, you don't feel yourself stand up, but you're just up right away. That's what it was like. We were all going crazy.
It was insane. And that bench. The bench went crazy. I talked to Gabe Nege, and he said that, like, Owen, like, gave him a high five, and he, like, thought he, like, broke his hand. He never felt a high five that hard. It was insane. But kind of going off of that, so looking at chemistry, how's the girls' chemistry been this year? Do they seem to be working well together? And, like, how are turnovers and assists looking?
Chemistry, I for sure will say that's, like, the team's probably biggest thing. They had, when she scored 11 points, Olivia, they had signs ready for her.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and you always got the camaraderie on the bench. You could see it from the stands. Like, they're a tight-knit team for sure. They definitely spend time together during the offseason. Like, that's a no-brainer. As for assists and turnovers, I know in the game against Richwoods, there were a lot of turnovers. There were considerably less, though, against Edwardsville, for sure.
Yeah, I don't think it's as much of, like, assists, but just, like, the way their system, like, works and how they kind of, like, get people open. It might not be, like, an assist right away, but, like, maybe some of those hockey assists are, like, coming about. Like, they're definitely locked in.
Yeah, and there's honestly looking at the stats right now, there's not anybody that averages a lot of considerable amount of assists. I mean, Olivia's averaging 3, and that's leading the team. But they got some sneaky good passers like Allie Restemeyer. She makes like a lot of like behind the bag, like no look. Like I seen her do that a couple times against Edwardsville, but she only averages 1 assist a game. So I think maybe just part of that might just be not capitalizing off an open pass.
I think that's one thing the boys could definitely work on because they do a great job with like ISOs and a great job of creating their own points. But I'm looking here, so we had 19 turnovers versus Thornton, and we had 20 in the game against Manual. I'm not counting Bloomington because that was like 72 to 28. But looking at those 2 games, I think that's definitely something they could work on. And do you think that community was kind of getting hacked in the inside, or do you think those steals were clean?
No, I would say that most of them were clean. You know, they were trying to get the ball to Jaheim or Noah, and Merez is kind of just swatting the ball away. It's like, it's physical, but it's too it's two big men. It's like one's an Illinois commit, one's a Wright State commit. Like you gotta let them play. You gotta let them play a little bit. So if that's and I don't think it wasn't biased towards either side.
Right.
I would say so. They were letting them play on both sides. So.
One thing my dad said, he said that he thought community was like forcing it inside too much, like they were really trying to force it, and that did cause a decent amount of turnovers.
I think they couldn't really get anything. It was like really low scoring in the first half. They couldn't really get anything going. It looked like they came out the second half like they were making the point to like feed it inside. That's what they wanted to do. I didn't really think that worked as well. They maybe should have tried to get some shots up. But I also think that looking on the court of the game, it looked like Noah Cleveland had probably the biggest mismatch on the court.
Did.
So I would say that feeding him was probably a good idea. And then obviously you want to take advantage of the time that like Morez isn't in the game because he wasn't in the game for like a lot of time because he had foul trouble. So if that's the case, you probably want to get the ball to Jaheim and like take advantage of the time that he's not in, so you can start getting him going.
And that's when it seemed like they weren't passing to him. Like it kind of seemed like they stopped feeding it inside once that other guy came in.
So what was happening in the first half? Why didn't he score in the first half?
Okay, so they were they were just locking him up. Like we just couldn't get anything going. Nico had 8 points in the first half. We had 12. So that was like all our points.
And that was all Nico's points. So he didn't score the whole second half then.
No, he didn't score the whole second half. But he had like that huge block that sparked the run because they had this one speedy guy like Abraham. He had 16 on the game. Remember that guy?
Yeah.
He was crazy. And he was going for a fast break, and I thought, no way. And Nico just caught him, and remember that glass? He glassed him?
That was.
Oh my gosh.
That was nice.
That started the run.
That was a momentum shifter. Yeah.
So even though he was quiet on offense.
Yeah, I would say something that could have helped community in the first half, maybe getting more shots off the dribble. And, like, because it looked like they were just trying to get, like, an open look. But when you play a team like Thornton, those aren't going to come, like, especially with, like, such a big team. I don't know if those are going to come, like, they're going to be few and far between. So I think that'll probably come as the season goes on and as you get more comfortable in your system and your players and, like, especially coaching strategies, too. Like, you got to learn more about your players before you, like, let them just go out there and ball. But, like, yeah, I think some shots off the dribble could have helped. And then... yeah, I think it was a great defensive effort on both sides.
Definitely was. Let's talk about some upcoming games. So I know we got the Holiday Classic coming up. Both teams are ranked number 1, which is one of the only times that's ever happened. And I know I was looking at it. So with that AP poll that just came out, community the boys don't have anybody in that bracket that's ranked on the AP poll. So I'm thinking it might be pretty easy to go through there because obviously Thornton was number 3 in 3A and they were almost 1. What's the girls looking like? What are you guys expecting there?
For the Holiday Classic?
Yeah, for the Holiday Classic.
Let's see. I'm looking at their schedule right now.
Yeah.
They're the 1 seed, I think, right?
They are the 1 seed.
So next game they're playing Urbana tomorrow. So okay,
Is Urbana good at girls basketball?
Let's see.
Because I know with boys,
No, not at all.
With boys, they had like 1 win.
1 and 8.
1 and 8. So that's gonna
gosh.
be an easy win for community for sure.
Okay.
It looks like our opponents aren't announced yet for the Holiday Classic.
Oh, I just found it. I found it.
You found it?
Yeah, so they're gonna start off with Rochester, and that game's gonna be December 27 at 3 at Bloomington. I know Rochester, totally different sport, but their boys football is really good. So I don't know. A lot of times when you have one good program, kind of everything goes well. Like with community this year, obviously both of them, both boys and girls ranked number 1. Looks like Rochester girls are 7 and 6, 3 and 2 in conference. So that should be a decent matchup.
A good matchup for sure.
Yeah.
I don't think that doesn't necessarily scare me for the girls because just of how good they've been playing so far this season. I think the game against Edwardsville, we should have ran away with that game a little bit more. I just think we weren't capitalizing.
How much did you guys win by?
9.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
That's pretty close, actually.
yeah. But it didn't. When you're watching it though, it didn't feel like it was that close.
Yeah, it's
Because-
just like you could tell who was kind of like in control. the
Yeah,
whole
we were
time.
definitely in control.
Okay.
They're just waiting for him to run away with it.
Yeah, yeah. I really don't know what was going on. We just weren't scoring like we usually do. Olivia, how much did Olivia have? Let's see.
Was it the season low for the girls? Because I know the
I
boys
think-
had their season low with 37, and their old low was 56.
Now they scored 43 against Pekin.
Okay.
That was their season low.
Are the games a little more low scoring, like around the 40s and 50s?
No.
No?
They scored 79 against Champions.
79.
69 against Richwood,
Jeez.
79 against West.
Oh my
So,
gosh.
like, they're capable of dropping
Yeah.
these.
Wait, what was the West score? 79 to what?
West was 79-35.
What
Yeah,
is West like bad?
I
He
guess.
has like
It's
one
West,
good
bro.
player.
How?
It's West, bro.
79-35 is
Yeah.
crazy.
Let's see.
So,
I'm looking here.
Number West is 3-8 right now.
Oh,
1-2 in
West is
conference.
15th in the Holiday Classic, and they're gonna play Hyde Park. Okay, Hyde Park was the team that played Richwoods before. That's who that
oh,
team
really?
was. Yeah.
Seen the beat 'em?
So community should watch out for Hyde Park, the girls, for the Holiday Classic.
Yeah.
Definitely, they got a good program. Also, I'm also seeing Richwoods in there. So those are a couple teams that stand out to me. Looking at the boys, I didn't see anybody that's going to pose too much of a threat. I did see Rock Island was in there, who we play on Tuesday.
Yeah. Is Metamore in there?
For the boys,
Yeah.
I don't think I didn't see Metamora. We do play them later on in the
Oh,
year.
yeah.
That should be a really good matchup.
For sure.
Looking at some good matchups, so we got Metamora, Richwood still to come. Who else? Morton, right? And they won 4A last year. Moline. Yeah. There it is. I got that wrong. What are some big games coming up for the girls?
For the girls, let's see.
I don't think, honestly, we got a lot of easy matchups coming up. I know P&D is pretty good. We play them on the 11th. That's going to be a good game.
I was talking to
Yeah.
Marco about P&D. She said don't they have someone going to Iowa? Or is that Peoria?
Well, that's Peoria.
Okay.
Maya Wardle is on
Wordle.
Peoria Notre Dame. So
Yeah, and they're 12-2, 2-0 in conference.
I know when she said Iowa, I was immediately thinking of Caitlin Clark. I was like, oh,
yeah,
that's
I think
a commit.
she's gone though. She's not staying.
Yeah, she's going to be gone.
Yeah.
I think Lincoln Way West is pretty good. We played them coming up, too.
Yep.
And then we play
Duquesne.
we play Peoria, who's number 1 in the conference right now.
Oh, they're ahead of you guys?
Yeah, we're second. We're tied for second with P&D.
Mostly
okay.
just because of the difference of the games.
That's how
played.
it was with community, but not anymore. I guess Richwood's still on top.
Yeah, but I think
They're
definitely
undefeated in conference.
Yeah.
the games to circle is going to be P&D and Peoria. Those are probably going to be the most 2 important games coming up, especially for winning the conference, you know.
Yeah. And then last category here, looking at fan attendance. How has the fan attendance been for the girls' games? Kind of looking. So have you guys done 2 Saturday games?
Yeah.
How has it been?
Not good. I'm not going to lie. It has not been
great.
good. I think, well, of course, this week, you know, the Thornton game was there, and we had a lot of community students go to the Thornton game, so I understand that. But we definitely need to see a lot more iron at the
You think
girls'
Friday,
events.
You think if they play on Friday, it'll be better, or even weekday games?
I think so because, I mean, I understand, like, not wanting to go to the back to school for a game on a Saturday. You know, but people got stuff to do, so I definitely understand that. But if we get a weekday game, I think that'd be some more intense.
I've been to a girls' game. It's pretty fun to watch. There's some
yeah.
good good shooters, bro.
Bro, I used to go to the girls' games last year. I went to a couple of girls' games last year, and they were fun. And I've been having a good time with Lucas up there commentating and Bella.
Yeah.
And, I think if more people went, it would just be even better.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know with the boys, so the attendance was pretty good in that first game we did, but then that game against Bloomington, there wasn't
Well,
many, but I think it was
like-
because it was Bloomington.
Yeah, it's
I
like
didn't-
there's
I
only
didn't go,
so
man.
much you can do.
We knew Bloomington
Yeah.
was not finna do nothing. So
Yeah.
That was
The
pretty crazy.
the one that stands out is the West one at Inner City. That one was pretty.
Oh, yeah,
that
that
one was
was-
packed.
That
the
game
Inner
was
City's
fun.
always packed. Inner City is the best. I feel like that's like the best basketball environment in Bloomington.
It is a good environment, and like
Yeah.
everybody's there from like even if their team's not playing, they're still there.
Yeah,
pretty
the
great.
Holiday Classic is like that too. Hopefully,
Yeah.
hopefully both teams make it to Westland so we can watch those
Are
games
y'all
because
planning on
those are
going to
packed.
that? I know I'm gonna go to those.
Yeah, I'll go to those.
Yeah,
I
I'm
can't even
excited.
go.
Why not?
I'm about to be out of town.
Oh man.
But I definitely will be pulling
Dang.
up.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. But let's talk about the possible matchup we're gonna have. BJ and Ben, you want to talk about the possible 2v2?
All right, hold on. A little bit
He's
of backstory.
getting smoked, bro.
A little bit of backstory.
He's getting smoked.
Ben and Zach want to call me and Lucas out on their live stream.
Yup,
So,
yup,
we had to get back and call them out on our live stream. First of all, I already got receipts against Ben. We beat him in the 3-on-3 tournament last
Okay.
year.
Okay.
That
But it wasn't you and Lucas versus me.
first
and
of
Ben.
all, yeah, that's 3-on-3. That's a different game.
I'm not going to name my
And
teammates.
BJ, I'm not gonna
Okay,
lie.
what,
I don't
talk to me.
even think I saw you touch the ball
Ooh.
the whole time.
Ooh.
But you got to think about who I was playing with, though.
Who
I
you
was playing
playing
with 2 freshmen. 'Cause
Don't
I had
blame
my
it on
other
them.
team.
And they carried you?
Don't blame it on
No,
them.
I didn't
They
get
carried
They
you?
ain't passed me the ball.
Come on, bro.
They ain't passed me the ball. Because I didn't know them, and they didn't know me, so they didn't pass me the
So why
ball.
are you playing with randoms?
Cause my team,
You
my
got
team,
no chemistry,
my team
bro.
bailed on me, bro.
You got no
He
chemistry.
doesn't have
Hey,
chemistry
all right,
with
hold
Lucas
on.
either, bro.
If I had Lucas here to back me up, I knew we
Bro,
would be
I
on
don't
y'all.
appreciate, and I don't
'Cause-
appreciate Lucas going after my skills, bro. He's
Ooh.
like, I know I've seen Ben play. He's not the worst, but he's not great either. That's crazy, and I'm gonna take that personally.
And I
Hey.
think we should have you play post, personally.
Post?
I think so. Because you got BJ.
I'm snatch blocking him in the post.
No, you're not.
I'm grabbing
like
out the
the-
air, bro.
How tall are you?
5'10", 6 foot on a good day though.
That's cap.
I'm not 6 foot.
I'm not, are you 5'10"?
I'm 5'10", bro. Okay, well,
All right, let's make
really
it
like
5'9".
5'9" for real, but like
Yeah, let's make it
around that
5'9",
though.
and
Okay.
I'm like 5'8" and 3
I'm snatch blocking.
ninths.
I'm snatch blocking.
What?
So, Ben,
Who
I
counts
don't
by
think you're getting off the ground.
ninths?
Are you getting off the ground for real?
Did you call me fat?
Ben is dunking, bro. It's
For real,
over.
bro. I'm not. That's not. The post isn't even my game, bro. I'm a sharpshooter.
Okay, I'm gonna let you
Okay.
shoot then. I'm gonna let you shoot.
Yeah.
I think but I'm not a good.
Wait,
I'm not
yeah.
good in the post, bro.
You can't shoot
Are you-
either.
I'm not good in the
You can't
post,
shoot either.
bro.
Zach doesn't.
Shit's fine.
Zach
What do
can't
you
do
mean I
nothing.
can't shoot?
Zach
What do you
can't do
mean I
nothing.
can't shoot?
You can't.
Wait, what's your game then?
I can shoot.
There is no
I can
game.
shoot.
He's,
Oh,
a,
really,
he's a
BJ?
retired basketball
Oh,
player.
really?
You're a stretch.
He's washed.
Yeah, I'm a stretch.
He's washed.
He's a
I'm
stretch big?
I'm a
He's
Euro
washed.
step all over BJ, bro. I'm gonna hit him with the Giannis. You know how
I thought you
Giannis
just said
drops
you weren't.
64?
I thought you said
You
you
know
weren't
how
good.
Giannis drops 64? I'm dropping 64.
Not like Giannis though.
He's good though.
He ain't even see me play.
Yeah, he looks.
Hey, you
good,
ain't seen
though.
me play yet either. Look,
I've
hold
seen-
on.
Have you been
Hold
on
on.
a team?
I've
Have you been
seen
on a high
you
school
play.
team? No.
But when I tried out for a high school team, you got to realize who was in our class. Our class is
Come on,
crazy.
Come on,
Our
bro.
class is crazy.
All I'm hearing is excuses, right, Ben?
It wouldn't have mattered, bro.
That's all I'm hearing.
It wouldn't have mattered.
I made it to last cuts though.
Hey, congrats, bro. Congrats.
Hey, no, we gonna get this, and we gonna get a video live on Inkspot next semester.
We might have to
bro.
drop.
2v2.
We might have to drop a poll. So we got BJ, 5'9" on a good day. Can't really dribble. Can't really shoot.
Whoa, that's
Yup,
cap.
yup,
That's
yup.
cap. That's
And
cap. That's
then-
cap.
Lucas Strangwitz.
Lucas Drenwitz. Lucas, he's a bit of he's a flashy type of player. You know,
Is he all right? He's all right.
he's one.
I played basketball with him.
He's
one
one for the heat check. You know, he's one
Yeah.
for the fade.
Okay.
He's one for the try and go dunk.
Oh.
You
that ain't
know,
gonna work.
I haven't seen that fall, but Lucas he's a heat check type of player
Mm.
that could help. You know, I've seen him. He makes shots. But
I'm
like,
stuck on the fact that you said I'm not a shooter though. That's like my strongest
BJ,
game
you're not
plan.
a shooter, bro. It's
Zach.
bricks all day.
I just hit like
You can
I just hit
build
like
this
5 threes in
school,
PE.
bro.
I just hit 5 threes in PE.
okay,
Was
who's
anybody
guarding?
playing?
Yeah, who's
Was
guarding?
anybody playing?
I wasn't
guarding?
playing either. I was just throwing them up.
Oh, were you? Were you?
Oh, okay. All right.
All right.
Hey,
yeah.
look. 2v2 next
Bell-
semester
Bell, what do you- who
on
do
the
you-
Inkspot.
who do you
Bella
think?
as ref, man.
Who do you
Well,
think?
I
Actually-
mean, I gotta take the girls' basketball side. So.
Thank you. That's all we need to hear. Hey, wrap this up, Zach. Wrap this up. That's all we need to hear.
Okay. Thank you for joining us on Inside the Paint. This was BJ Dumas, Bella Green, and Ben Kerber. I'm Zach Knox-Doyle.